Let's follow the SOP, people.
That's right.
Yeah. Just relax and let your mind go blank.
I have the first congruency.
Congruency. What are they, triangles?
That's right. They're making triangles in the brain.
Phase lock 40%. Phase lock 99%. Link is stable.
Excellent. Excellent.
Welcome to your new buddy.
Good.
We're gonna take this nice and easy.
And touch your thumb to your finger?
Yeah,
Take it nice and easy, Jake.
no problem.
Come on,
Well,
Jake.
if you want to sit up, that's fine.
Okay, good. Just take it nice and slow, Jake.
Tozy.
Feeling lightheaded?
Dozy, yep. Checking, stretching them out.
Feeling any numbness or pain?
Feels real good.
Okay, almost got a shot.
Almost.
Hold on now, don't take it easy. Don't get ahead of yourself. There's a few more sensory motor reflex tests we need to run.
Jake.
Take it easy.
Jake, don't get ahead of yourself.
Jake,
What are you doing, Jake?
listen to me.
Jake,
Listen to me. You're not used to your avatar body. This is dangerous.
This is
Jake.
great.
Jake,
oh, this is dangerous. Jake, follow the SOP.
your ass is hanging out.
The SOPs are made for a reason, Jake.
Jake, excuse me.
Jake, no, stop.
Sorry.
Jake, please.
Come on.
Please walk.
Jake, we're not supposed to be running.
Jake, we're not supposed to be running. This whole movie, this whole adventure almost ended here. Imagine he's like, oh yeah, I got this Avatar body. He trips, dunk, hits his head. Avatar's body's gone.
Gone. I can't make a new one
follow the
because
SOP.
I was
Takes 6
actually
years.
I was actually mad at him when I watched this.
Oh,
I
really?
was
For the same
angry
reason?
at him. What's that?
For the same reason?
No, I was angry because he just he doesn't have working legs
Uh-huh.
in his real body, and he has an opportunity to get legs again. And instead of being like, you know what, I'm gonna play by the rules, I'm gonna follow it, so I can have this opportunity. He's gonna break the rules immediately. Oh, higher ups could be like, cut it.
Nope.
We can't have
Nope.
him out there, loose cannon. He's
This is
done.
security risk.
Send him home.
Yep. No
So
good.
he's got this grand opportunity, and you're wasting it. Why
That's
are you
right.
doing
You're,
that?
You're risking it. You're risking it. Right.
Because even though they spent millions of dollars on these avatar bodies and the link and all this stuff, at the same time they could be like, sunk cost, get rid of it, cut it.
Sunk costs. It's worth it. It's worth it to throw away that, because if he's running around being chaotic and not following orders, that can get them in worse trouble than $6 million.
That's right. So he's throwing away this opportunity because in the moment he couldn't control his excitement, which is coming up in like an hour.
That's
Tops.
right.
He
he needs to do
planning
some
to go
finger
outside.
touches. He needs to do some squats to check it out, and then he'll be ready.
Right. But he's just like, just do a few things and we'll calibrate you and make sure you're all cool. Hey, the door right there is taking you out to the playground.
Right.
We don't need to rush it.
The U-sized door that's clearly made for you. Like, you're getting there. Just wait a little bit. Wait 1 hour.
Right. Imagine if they're like, we're shutting it down, cut it off, and then you like send him back home and he's sitting back on Earth in his bed, no job, no prospects. He's like, I could have just waited.
And I experienced walking in an alien body for about 30 seconds before they tased me for insubordination.
Why didn't I just listen? Why didn't
Why
I
didn't I just listen a little bit? Why didn't I read
did
the
I not
manual
show-
about the SOPs?
What was I thinking? I'm sitting here in my bed alone with no prospects in life because I was an idiot.
As an idiot. Dr. Augustine sends some pictures of Home Tree being burnt down. Like, dude, you could have stopped this.
Why is she sending him pictures?
She's sending him pictures because, like, hey, Marine, you should have followed the SOP. F you, this is your fault. She's got it out for him.
She's just rubbing it in. She's never met the guy before.
She sends him pictures in a teary, like, you could have had this.
This it's like knowing the future timeline.
Well, the only reason he can run like this is because he knows the future timeline. Because if you're really fresh in this body, you should be walking carefully. Like, you don't know what the risks are out here. People are like, your Pandora's can constantly kill you. So take it easy. Just walk a little bit.
Yeah, crazy.
These are fresh new baby feet. There's no calluses on this. He get cut up and then he has like bleeding problems. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Follow the SOP.
Follow the SOP.
Made for a reason.
Yep.
think about these avatar bodies. Like, what goes on at night? What goes on at night with their bodies?
All right, gang. Lights out. Don't play with that. You'll go blind. Come on.
It's a dick joke.
Scat.
Dick joke. Masturbation joke.
Masturbation
Lights
joke.
out. See you at
Yeah, are there
dinner.
tails of genitals? I don't know.
I think they are, sort of.
Sort of, kind of. So my thought was when the bodies sleep and the brain, the driver disconnects from the avatar body, like what is the body doing? Is it breathing on its own and stuff? Like, right?
Well, when we sleep, we go unconscious, and yet the body still self-regulates. So if you took the consciousness out of the brain, I would assume that the remaining brain that's there would just continue to self-regulate.
So assuming that the avatar bodies are like humans, where humans have like autonomic responses where it just does it on its own, then breathing like that could be that for the avatars.
Right. Well, I guess with breathing, like, we can go conscious and like
And control on purpose, yeah.
and then we can be like background
Whatever.
it, and then
Do your
have
thing,
it on-
body.
But with the heart rate, like, I can't be like, all right, we're going to 40 beats per minute. Okay, go bring it up to 80. I can't control it consciously,
Right.
and then background it. So, I guess depending on how the Navi anatomy works, I guess it's possible that you could take the consciousness out and it just like dies.
What if the reason they lock the avatar bodies in at night is because the bodies, they're like, there's no driver. They go through wild nightmares and like go crazy at night. So that's why they
Oh,
lock it.
geez.
That's right.
I mean, could be. Maybe they can't. Human consciousness can't handle the Navi sleeping state because of
They
night terrors.
get ejected. And the night
Yeah.
terrors. Oh my gosh, terrifying.
Yeah.
But the Navi bodies can't operate the buttons, so then it's actually okay. Like they lock them from the inside.
And why are they locking them from the inside? What is this locking?
I figured it was so that they wouldn't get attacked from either animals or other like Navi like entering the base to try to liberate these ones from, I guess.
Because the Navi
That
can't
or they
come in
don't
through
want
the
this.
So this is what
That's right.
made me question this scene. Was like, why are we sleeping in a wooden shack? What are we doing? Do they not have
Wooden
weather
shack,
on Pandora?
or it must be so temperate and so even that it's fine all the time.
Right. There's never any like wind or rain whipping in here.
Yeah, and like dangerous animals only walk up the front gate.
Right. And bugs. We know there's bugs on Pandora. They can fly in here.
That's right.
Well, why not make
Wait.
What are we doing?
Maybe the front gate, because like who would use the front gate? It's humans, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the gate is to stop, because it's locked from the inside. Maybe the gate is to stop the scientists from touching the bodies at night. But they can't climb over that wall because it's too tall.
It's like maybe 5 feet tall.
Yeah, it's very tall.
So this guy's like, can't do it.
It's not about being locked down tight. It's about being less appealing than other crimes.
But, I mean, what are we doing? What is this bunk? Why don't we have like a real bed?
That's right. They've had plenty of time to make an actual bed. And they don't have blankets either. That's not cozy.
I don't understand. Why are we in a shack?
That's right. Actually, that's right. Because like everything else on the base is like metal and concrete. And then they got a shack.
That's right. And Pandora doesn't have Pandoran mosquito equivalents and bitey bug equivalents and centipede equivalents that are crawling around.
Yeah, weird ecosystem. I guess I don't think I've seen the insects. There may not be insects.
I think there is some insects. Weird.
Yeah, so I was wondering about what do the bodies do at night, and also like do the drivers go through a ton of calories just during the day? right? Because like the drivers are sitting inside those pods where they can link out, but they're still going through like a ton of thinking, right?
Right. So I would assume that the body of the driver has to self-regulate when you're in the avatar. So that would happen.
That's got to breathe.
So that baseline. Plus, is the thinking going on? Is it a full consciousness transfer? So the thinking is going on in the avatar, or is
it more like a remote desktop where you're doing the computation here, but you're sending it somewhere else?
Right. I always interpreted it as the consciousness is transferred into the avatar, and the thinking is happening in the avatar.
I see.
So
I interpreted it as the thinking is happening in the body, but there's a link that communicates out to the avatar, and that's why when you cut the link, you're immediately like back into the body.
I see. So there's never any lag effects or like, oops, I'm in a concrete room.
Can you imagine that? Where he's like, I'm a warrior type, and they're like, is he kind of slow? Like he just responds like a few seconds too late all the time, but it's just dealing with lag.
I mean, when they're like jumping around on trees and like doing all kinds of acrobatics, I mean, I even think maybe light speed would be too much lag, because
that's right.
It's how could it could be too much lag? Like even just a tiny bit of like lag would be enough to lose your footing, right?
Or like you miss grabbing onto the next vine,
right? Because you don't quite feel it just in time.
Mm-hmm.
In which case,
so maybe this link stuff is somehow faster than light stuff.
If that's the way it works, it would have to be some kind of like faster than light stuff, instantaneous stuff, like in sci-fi.
He walks around home tree like slightly just sluggish, like it always looks a little bit drunk, just like misplacing his foot, like always a little bit unstable because they wait for that feedback to be like, nope, you're fine, you're stable.
Yeah, that's so it must be instantaneous, which means what? Quantum coupling, which is what they always use in science fiction.
Sure,
that somehow the brain of they're quantumly entangled.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's severed and re-entangled, and re-entangled during sleep.
Oh my gosh! Sure,
this is super advanced tech.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, which means from the metabolic processes, the brain in the human is going to be working overtime, which means they're burning a lot of calories.
Right.
Which means that pod that they sit in must be providing like an IV line or something.
I don't think it does. I think they just drink a lot and eat a lot when they're up.
What if the body's got to take a poop?
That's body's problem for when they wake up.
You wake up and you're like what is this? It's just shit everywhere, urine everywhere. You're like, oh.
Was this worth it? I guess. Yeah, I prefer my avatar body. As far as I know, it doesn't shit or piss ever.
Yeah, and like a scientist walks into the pod room, and you're like, oh, what is what is happening in here? Did somebody die?
Like, I work here. Great.
Who's on cleanup duty? So it must be that there's some kind of evacuation system.
Like they hook a hose up to you and like just suck it out.
That's right. Well, once the poo starts coming out, it grabs it. But they don't have an IV though. They have to eat.
Yep.
Outside, no IV. But
or they're like learning from the Na'vi, like, just a moment, coffee break, shut down.